Alpha, how you doing, buddy?
You're looking excited.
I am excited. It's Friday, man. Why not be excited? I woke up above the dirt. I'm not on fire, and I'm not in jail. That's a good day.
That is a good day. That is a good day considering you. Yeah, I get it.
How about you, man? How's your week been, Alpha?
My week's been okay. I've been trying some different lighting this week for trying to record videos, and the best one, unfortunately, is with the light being in a way that it's kind of glaring. Like you can see the reflection on my glasses.
Oh, yeah.
It's glaringly there, but if I put it off to the side, then my eyes constantly drift towards it. So it's a work in progress. We get in there.
It takes time, and you know it's not easy to get the lighting set up right. I spent months doing research and getting it configured just right, and I'm always doing little tweaks. So yeah, man, you're progressing well. I'm proud of you, buddy. So
thank you.
Absolutely. Let's get this party started. Let's see who we got joining us tonight. We got Wild Angel says, "Hi everybody, on my way." Good thing. Yeah, because right now it's just the two of us.
Yes.
Just the two of us. Yeah, you don't want to leave us unattended. Things go horribly wrong. Oh, yeah. A guy named Josh. Josh, how you doing, buddy? Been a long week.
Josh.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Or morning or night or wherever you happen to be. Whatever it is, either way, we're happy to have you with us today.
Well,
So,
in crypto, we just say GM. So it's just like, it doesn't matter what time of the day it is, it's GM. Okay, so
there you go.
we'll stick
GM,
with that, I
GM.
guess.
In fact, you know, I've been kind of disappointed. I used to start my mornings watching GM with Dabatola, Toki, and Action Crypto, and they stopped doing that show 2 weeks ago. And it's like, man, my mornings are all jacked up now.
That's why I haven't seen it. Because I was wondering, I'm like, am I just missing it? Or are they like shadow banned from my timeline or something? That makes sense.
It is. And yeah, I mean, believe it or not, we've seen a lot of YouTube accounts and X accounts get banned and pulled entirely. So
Yeah.
Hopefully we won't be next. We're trying not to get too much trouble. But yeah, like Wild Angel says, you guys are unsupervised. Oh, God, I'll be there in less than 10. Probably a good thing, because otherwise, yeah, you know us children, we get in trouble.
Take your time. We'll be fine.
We'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, God, we're all going to die. So, okay, guys. Well, tonight is a little bit different because we've got our topic, which is, as somebody said in the chat earlier, a little philosophical. And in a way it is. Because the topic tonight, and I wrote it down and I lost it. There it is up top. Nope, that's the wrong one. There you go. Universal alignment. When things just kind of fall in place, you got to ask yourself, is it destiny or is it a reward for all the battles you fought to get to that point in time? Could be both. Maybe it's a test to find out what you're going to do. A lot of different ways we can look at it. We're going to dive down that rabbit hole because I know there are some people out there in the audience who might be struggling right now with different challenges, maybe waiting for that lucky lightning strike to hit for things to go right for them. Or maybe a whole bunch of things are going right and they're a little worried. It's like, oh my God, what should I do? Should I take advantage of it? Should I not? How do you react to those kinds of situations? So we're going to dive into that in just a minute here. We got Hope Giver. Hi, Hope Giver. Hi, Mom. Sorry you're not feeling good. And yes, I will get your drain fixed as soon as I get back from the road trip. Just says, hi, Hope. Okay, so of course, that's our top tonight. We're going to go down the rabbit hole of that. But we've got some crypto news. Not a whole lot of it, but we do have a few things to cover real quick. And we also have a Zeely contest. Now, I've been announcing this, and we put this out last week, where you could go in and do certain quests to promote a lot of the people that we believe are worth following. Some of those are places like Project Duck Depression, Sonic Siren Studios, Karma Farm Sanctuary, Alpha Cruise, Down Home Crypto, all these people that are absolutely amazing people and trying to do good works in this world. That's what the Zeely Quest was all about. But if you are the winner tonight, I will personally be shipping you a brand new Neo Miner. So keep an eye out because we're going to be doing that a little bit later.
Fancy.
Maybe
fancy. We're gonna do like a wheel of spinning things or something. How do we choose the winner?
Oh,
a wheel of names. Well,
actually, for every Zeely quest was worth anywhere from 100 to 300 experience. For every 100 experience you earned, your name got a space on the wheel. So your experience actually bought you the slots. So we'll be doing this Wheel of Fortune here shortly to find out. But hopefully you guys did your Zilly quest because it's all to try and help the people who make down home crypto great. So hope you guys are on here because there's a lot of names. A couple of people really dominated. Couple like, I don't know, Alpha Cruise maybe only did like 1 or 2 things.
I did
Really?
things. I just didn't claim any points.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Well,
I
that's
just
fair.
claimed the first one to test everything, and then after that, I was like, "Yeah, now I'm not claiming anything else. I'll just go."
Perfect.
Like, yeah, I don't need to claim it.
See, that's what I love. I love to see people's like, you know what? No, I want to pay it forward. Give it to the next guy. And yes,
Yeah.
a guy named Josh, man, I've seen you all over that
Yeah.
wheel. So good job, buddy. Glad you're here with us. And yeah, good luck. Okay,
Good luck.
so let's get the crypto news. So a lot of things been going down, but at the same time, a lot of things haven't. It's been really quiet. There's not a lot of new DePIN devices, not a lot of DeFi going on. There's a lot of conversation about the bills that were in the House and Senate and stuff. And right now, it's just kind of quiet and settled. But there is one super exciting piece of news. Now, in the Down Home Crypto Discord, we have a channel in there called Free to Earn. And we've been sharing opportunities where you can earn, whether it's for airdrop or maybe it's a passive income, a lot of different opportunities out there that you're not going to get rich quick on, but you could get some nice paydays. Well, one of them just announced today. They are going to be airdropping in 5 days. That's right. Ready for it?
The storm is here. Rain is launching on July 23rd.
There you go.
Hey.
Rainmaker. That's right. Rainmaker TGE, July 23rd. 5 days away, guys. Now, I have done a couple different videos on Rainmaker. Alpha, did you watch them? Have you been participating, man?
I've been participating. I think I watched like the introductory ones, and I was like, okay, I think I got this now.
Got this. I'm on it. Full speed. So, guys,
I think
Rainmaker
I've told a bunch of people to go to your videos though, because I was like, I don't want to explain this to you, but there is someone that did. There is someone
That guy
did.
will.
I'll tell you to go watch their videos.
Right.
Go.
And-
People will be like, how do I do this? Here's a video link. Bye.
Here you go. Go watch this. He'll walk you through it. Now, this is one that I promoted pretty heavily back in, did one in January, and I did another one again in March. And I got into it in January, guys, and so I was a little late to the party. But still, for the first 4 or 5 months, I hit it pretty solid. The last couple, I've slacked. I'm not going to lie. But the reason I share these opportunities with you guys, and I want to show you the actual facts. Now, as a content creator, a lot of these projects are all about referrals. Rainmaker is not one of them. In fact, I think I got like 8 referrals total. Nothing extravagant. But just putting in that work for the first few months and the last couple months, I've slacked. I suck. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. I want to show you my actual earnings, what I'm expecting at the TGE. So here is my Rainmaker account.
Whoa, that's a lot.
$2,020 in rain tokens.
That's a good airdrop.
That's not a bad
That's a
airdrop.
dang good airdrop.
I never put a penny into it. I didn't. It doesn't drain my battery. I take some pictures. I create some images. I tag them. Pretty easy to do. And I try to bring these opportunities to you guys, hoping that you'll get a nice payday. Now, I hope you get a lot bigger. I really do. And I hope the token price, it's supposed to launch at 20 cents per token. Hopefully it does. But as we know, it may launch and everybody's going to take out their profits. So
Yeah.
be ready for when that comes.
Yeah, it might launch at 20 cents and then 10 seconds later it's at 10 cents. That would
Right.
that would be not
or a
that
tenth
would
of a
be fine.
penny or something. I mean, but either way, it's still free money. And so I've heard a lot of people saying, I really don't have time to mess with that, whether it's Helium or Rainmaker or DNet or any of these other ones. So I'm going to show you what I do, guys. I have a page on my phone right here, and I just go across the bar. Whenever I say go to the bathroom or I just pick up my phone and nothing's happening, I just go across and start hitting buttons. Like, okay, let's go to DNet. Oh, let's claim on that. Let's go to SkyX. Hey, we get our 5 points per day. Let's go to NodePay. Okay, let's go do our claim per day. And believe it or not, if you just take that time, whether you're sitting in the bathroom, whatever you're doing, take a couple minutes a day, interact with these, you can get some sweet paydays. So if you haven't done it yet, make sure to check out the free to earn channels. Most of those have not done a TGE event yet. Now, are they going to get rich? I have no idea. Are they going to crash and burn? Well, a couple of them already have, so it's very possible. But hey, what happens if it does turn out to be a juicy payday? So don't miss out on those opportunities.
Yeah, and besides, it's not like you're paying anything. The end of the day, it's all free. So even if it's not you, it's just like, it's fine.
Exactly. And I know we're coming up on another Grass Network airdrop. We should be seeing that in the next month or two, probably. I know we're talking about Wingbits. They're supposed to have their TG event sometime this month. Well, the month's running out, so maybe they'll have it, maybe they'll push it off. We don't know. The markets right now are really uncertain. So, hey, use this opportunity to stockpile as much as you possibly can for those speculative gains.
I think half of the reason why crypto has been so quiet is because of the bills that just passed. Everyone was just like, we got to pause, we got to wait. We got to wait out this month and see how things go before we were like, okay, commit. That's why Rain was like, okay, we can announce it now. The bills passed, we good. We can announce now.
Exactly. But, if you've done this over the last 6 months while kind of nothing was happening or a lot of things were going down after the whole January pump, we can take a look at Duff here, who even posted in Down Home Crypto this morning. And he said, I've been really busy lately. Today, I finally went through my wallets and did some wallet hygiene, doing revoked cash, collecting stuff, and seeing what I have that was airdropped to me. I had nearly $200 worth of stuff from deep in projects that I learned through DHC alone. Bought $120 worth of BTC, and I'm hanging on to the other $80 for a moonshot in the alt season. Nice. I feel that it's good balance, since who knows what will happen. Man, Duff Butter, I am proud of you, man. You have obviously been paying attention to our Rags to Riches series, operating on the rules of solvency. You took your profit, you invested in a long-term gain. All the way around, man. Mad respect for you. Way to go, Duff.
That reminds me, actually. MetaMask released a new feature in the portfolio application, portfolio.metamask.com, something like that, where it will show if you have any airdrops that you haven't claimed yet. So, like, it'll have a pop-up somewhere in the thing. It'll show claim airdrop. So maybe it's worth a shot to go check it out. Just connect your wallet to the portfolio website, see if the claim button appears. If it doesn't, there's nothing to claim. If it does appear, well, free money.
There you go. Yeah, dude, I've done great on some airdrops. The ones that I didn't even work at. I remember when we had was it Juteverse? They had their airdrop last year. Man, that's like, damn, that's awesome. Sometimes just your day-to-day interactions will earn you points for future airdrops. So keep an eye out for those. And Josh is saying Star Power has finished testnet, so that should be happening soon too. All right, that's good because I've got 3 Star Power devices and 4 smart plugs loaded on there, and even went through a couple NFTs to collect some points. So, man, I'm excited for that. And put videos out on that a while back, guys.
That is exciting. Star Power has been in the works for a while. There's the link to MetaMask announcing that feature, so you can just go have a look. I see it's powered through something called the Miracle, but cool stuff nonetheless.
There you go. Got Josh says, I just checked my Rainmaker. I forgot about it. I only get 2156. Josh, don't feel bad, buddy. A lot of people forgot about it. Even Wild Angel. And I would remind her about every week or two. It's like, hey, how you doing on that? Oh, yeah, I need to do that. And yeah.
I also forget a lot. Don't worry. I'm with you on that boat. I've forgotten it a lot. Even though I've had people remind me and I've been reminding people, it's like as soon as the reminder stops, you forget. It happens. It's like you're trying. And then your brain's just like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Let's do it again.
Oh, look, squirrel. And away you went. And these opportunities will come and go. There will be a lot more out there. The biggest thing is remember that this is the investment for our future. So, some are autopilot. You just set them and forget them. Others, make it a habit. Interact once a day. Even if it's go and do your daily claim on NodePay or one of those. Like, hey, maybe it's worth something, maybe it's not. But what are you doing for 10 seconds besides just sitting there with your phone? And I'm not going to lie. I use the bathroom. It's like, hey, I'm going to go hide there, get away from the wife and the kids and everybody for 10 minutes. Like, click, okay, thank God. And a little bit of sanity in my day. That's about it.
Click.
And then you get pop. Dad, are you done? Leave me alone.
I'm clicking buttons, leave me.
I'm trying to find peace and quiet.
Oh.
So.
I see Josh says, my office is full of sticky notes. If not, I'll forget something.
Yep.
If I had a
Exactly.
sticky note for everything that I shouldn't be forgetting, I think I'd have a whole room full of sticky notes and I'd still forget everything. So it's like,
You forget where you
there's
put
no
the sticky
point.
note.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm going
It's
to
like,
put the one
wait.
sticky note here, be like, okay, I have to come back to that later. And then later I'll be like, where did I put that sticky note? And what was on it?
It was
It
something
wasn't
important. I know it
important.
was.
And
Yeah, I
it's
feel
like,
there. And Ags, my dear, hello, welcome back. Wow.
Hello.
Thank you so much. That is absolutely awesome of you, dear. Oh, we miss you. Thank you, thank you. Yes, we will definitely make good use of it because we are, as the markets right now are starting to heat up, we're trying to do more and more giveaways. And that's why today we're going to be giving away a Neo Miner. And I should have the box right here, but I lost it. So, give you guys an idea. If you haven't seen it, there is a Neo Miner.
It's a
Simple
pretty
USB-C
dirty
and network
miner.
cable. Super easy. And right now, I think I'm making about, what is it? Dollars something a day in MXC tokens.
I don't know.
So it adds up. Hey,
That's not
every dollar adds up. But of course, right now the market's kind of went down a bit. But they have a lot of things heating up with the IHOs and things like that. Moonchain is definitely trying to build some momentum. They've got some things planned out here in the next couple of weeks. So kind of holding my bags, waiting for that to go up, take some nice profits. So super shout out, Ags. Thank you so very much, dear. And yes, we will definitely find a way to redistribute and help that to the community. Now, let's see, what else do we got? Okay, so let's go to the one thing that a lot of people have been asking about. Now, we actually had a special guest who was going to come in and discuss this with us, and some things happened. So he needs to stay on the down low right now. So unfortunately, you're kind of stuck with us. So the three bills, of course, we're talking about are the Genesis Act, the Clarity Act, and the Anti-CBDC Surveillance State Act. Oh God, Alpha's laughing. Genius Act. Sorry, Genius Act. I don't know why I always see Genesis. I'm like, okay, what did I say?
So
And
we can break it down like this. The Genius Act
Okay.
is very genius. It provides clarity, and we have the anti-CBDC in effect. Sounds good.
Hold on, I
we,
lost
that was the summarization. We're good now.
okay,
I'm joking.
so hold on. Before we do a fast forward, Odin says, I love Deepin for that fact they all added up to a large sum with minimal power use. Exactly, Odin. That's it. I mean, your power is nothing. And I mean, that's why I'm running, the, wow, I just drew a total blank. I've got a couple crank miners, helium miners, hotspots. They're kind of everywhere. My whole, thank God I'm an electrician or my house would be a fire hazard, but they're
Don't
all
you have
low
one
energy.
it's like mining Bitcoin also. That could maybe one day hit the block.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got an ESP32, the little tiny guy right back here. In fact, yeah. There you go. There's my massive Bitcoin miner, guys.
It's huge. That's
It's huge!
humongous.
And, actually, that reminds me, there was one thing I forgot before we jump into these acts. With the ESP32, guys, if you have been mining junk coin, I was like, yeah, that's a monster Bitcoin miner, man. I'm going to be rich. Hey, who knows? But if you do like the ESP32s and playing with those little things, one of the projects that I've shared before is junk coin. Now, one thing they have been doing is they've limited one miner per Discord account. Okay, so one miner per one wallet per one Discord. So they've kept it really low profile. Now, I will let you know that if I can get my screen cooperate, there's my screen. I lost it here. There is a way you can actually start multi-mining with that. So if you want to get a second account, they just listed out the junk coin credentials. So you can buy one of these NFTs and they're selling for 1.17 Solana. That gives you an entirely second mining account verified so you can run two of them. So you can absolutely double your earnings. And I just saw that today and I forgot to put it in my notes, so I apologize for that. But I will put this in the chat right now because they only listed out 5 of them. Only 5 available. So if that's something you're interested in, you've got the Lambo here. Lambo Reggie is the name of the NFT, and that gives you permission. Once you buy the NFT, you get a hold of the team. They will give you a new API key, and set you up for another miner.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. I knew there's something I forgot. Thank you for reminding me. Just as I'm stacking Dino coin. Do we know? I have not heard of Duino coin.
Cool.
You heard of them before?
Cool name. I have not, but that sounds cool.
It does.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
Josh.
to play an Arduino, so that's cool. Opening.
Yeah, we're gonna have to dive into that one after this. So yeah, Josh, throw us a link in the chat or toss it in Down Home Crypto Discord. Uses Arduino. Maybe he means Dino.
No, you definitely mean Duino.
Okay, Duino.
Arduino. It's a play on Arduino.
Got it. Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that one because that one I don't know. So, okay, let's go ahead. But I'm sorry I forgot that because that was like a last minute. It's like, oh man, I got to throw this in the notes. And I lost my sticky note for it. Sorry, guys. Okay, so let's get back to the 3 bills here. So I wish I had a better slide of this. And, ooh, we got Wild Angel there with us. Hi, Wild Angel. How you doing?
How about that?
You're muted. Nobody can hear you.
Yeah, unmute or something. Only if you want to, of course.
You can just sit with it. That works. There it is. Yay! She found it.
Oh my god. Yeah, I've been here for like 10 minutes trying to get the stupid headphones to connect. They're not paired anymore.
Oh no.
I don't know why, but
Because they're paired to your phone.
No, I turned my Bluetooth off on my phone so they'd stop trying to connect. So I don't know. It's me and technical issues.
Right.
Ags, I miss you so much, sweetheart. I'm glad to see you. I'm really, really glad to see you.
So, let's see which way we want to go. Okay, are you actually here? You're doing
here.
that like you're... Okay, you're playing with everything else, so I wasn't
I'm
quite sure.
putting things away.
Slide it to the side. Worry about it tomorrow. It's fine.
Pieces
Okay,
and
so
parts. No,
let's...
tomorrow we're busy.
Yeah, we got to talk about that. In fact, I'm expecting a phone call. Alpha got to listen to that. We'll talk about that in a bit. So let's get into these bills here real quick, guys. And if I could figure out... Oh, there we go. Okay, so the Genius Act. Now, its purpose is to establish a federal framework for regulating stablecoins pegged to the US dollar. Now, that's one thing we haven't had is clear defined rules. So this one has already passed both chambers and is now on the President Trump's desk for signing.
Oh, fancy.
And Odin says, glad to see everyone's doing well, and I gotta watch live. Yeah! I'm glad you get to watch live too, Odin. Words are hard today. Anything you guys want to add on the Genius Act? Alpha, what do you got for us?
I think it's a really genius.
Genius. I think it's genius. What do you think?
It is. In essence, it's a very good thing because it means that there's now better, how shall I say, frameworks, is better way to be like, okay, so this is how things should go about and all of those things. But I don't know. It's like it's also kind of giving a little more power towards banks and institutions for stable coins and things like that, which is kind of like CBDC things. But that's why there's the third one. There's a third bill over there, and then the second bill that helps to build on the Genius Act, where the Genius is like, here's the framework. Clarity is like, okay, so this is how you go about it. Then it's like it's a good step. That's
the nice thing is reading that. If you scroll back up, Serenity, for impact, it makes it easier for banks and institutions to issue them, but there are clearer rules on reserves and getting audited and protecting the consumers. So it's kind of got some. It is centralizing it a little bit more, but it's protecting the little guy a little bit more too.
Right.
That's one. I was actually reading through these bills. I didn't get to read them properly, just skimming past them here and there, getting the most important information. One of the things that I noticed was that it directly states, if you issue a stable coin, you cannot state that it is FDIC insured. So because you in a bank, your money is FDIC insured, but stable coins cannot be FDIC insured.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's a good thing too. Because that's another thing that people would use.
That they clarified that.
Exactly. And that's what we're getting. We're getting clarity, and that's what it really needs. Now, our inside individual who shared some numbers with me earlier, his notes, was that the one problem with USDT is it's never been verified by a third party. You know, we always kind of had to take it at face value, what Circle had or what Tether had, what those guys had.
Yeah.
You know, now it has to be verified by a third party. And that's one thing that really makes the Genius Act so great, is there is verification. It's true. There really is somewhere funds or, what is it, the short-term Fed stock, there's something reserves. Yes. Short-term, so not like 20-year notes to back this. There has to be, all of that has to be in place.
It's immediate liquidity.
Exactly.
That has been one of the problems we've had, especially, because I know with USDT, it was something that crypto was kind of very up in arms about, that we don't have clarity on that, how much reserves there actually is, because USDT Foundation claims, oh, we have this amount, but do you really? Where's the proof? Where's the audits? Where's the way of doing some sort of certification that say, yes, we are actually sorted? That was another thing that's in the bill. You have to get the certification for things.
Right. Exactly.
Like, oh, that's cool.
And you remember, what was it, about 6 months ago, maybe 12 months ago, when Circle had that whole problem with their bank? They couldn't get money or whatever, and everybody freaked, and it dropped like, what did it drop, like 87 cents?
Yes, I remember that. I think I bought in some USDC, and then when it went back up on the Monday, I was like, yes.
Bounced right back up the next day. And I know, I think we're doing Rags to Riches at the time, and I think Cyril was like, dude, I went down and got a bunch of it. It's like, you know it's going up, because even if they lost that chunk, that was less than 3% of their total amount they had. It's like, that's nothing. And so, I mean, it was crazy, but the panic is real. Without clear legislation, without understanding these are verified, as soon as one little quirk happens, everybody freaks. So, man, I think these are great.
These really are. And it's definitely a very good step, although, as Wild Angel mentioned, it brings more centralization to everything. But stable coins are centralized to begin with. It's like, whatever. We know they're centralized. It's not a decentralized autonomous organization. It's not a decentralized entity. It's not a decentralized body. But that's something different. That's kind of Clarity Act, actually. This one here has mentioned on that. It speaks about for a blockchain to be considered a mature blockchain, it has to go through several processes of being vetted, audited, basically, and have certain, how shall I say, clearances in essence. Like certifications. And one of it is that it has to have a decentralized body. It can't be controlled by a single entity that's not a decentralized entity in essence. So it's like, you can't be a mature blockchain where the definition, because they define it also, these things have to be defined. It's be like, go back to section A 1.1 and define what the blockchain is. I'm like, God damn you, I hate this. Anyway, where it's like, they define it as a decentralized blockchain is a ledger that is publicly available to anyone to be able to use, where it is not controlled by a single entity, and one single entity can't have more than 25% control of a blockchain for it to be considered mature. I was like, I love this. I love this.
Yeah, they've got some great groundbreaking rules. Now, of course, the Clarity Act has passed the House with bipartisan support. Now it heads to the Senate. So it just made it first step one. It's got 2 more steps before it can finally be voted in.
That's it's not real common for things to get bipartisan, especially big like this, to get both Republican and Democrat support. Usually it's one or the other, especially on controversial stuff. And so
I don't remember. Was it the Genius Act where all the Republicans voted for it and all the Democrats said no, and it won by 2? Was that the one?
I think it was the anti-CBDC one, actually.
Was that the one? Okay. I remember seeing something about that. I'm like, wow, this is like drawing a line in the sand. I'm like, no, yes. War was on. It was crazy, but it passed.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, the parties do tend to do that.
Welcome to our government. Working at its finest. Let's see. Okay, so the Anti-CBDC Surveillance State Act prohibits the Federal Reserve from issuing a central bank digital currency without explicit congressional approval. A lot of big banks are pissed off at that one.
Yeah. Yeah. You know that we just got the genius one, which is like, oh yeah, this is how you define who can and cannot issue stable coins. But also it's like, yeah, you really need a lot of support if you are federal to release a stable coin. So, just don't bother. Okay?
Exactly.
Other people release it and you just custody the funds. Be a custodian.
Right. And real quick, Ags, thank you, dear, for popping in, and thank you so much for the donation. I will make sure to put it to good use and spread across the community. Have an awesome weekend and get some great sleep. We love you, dear. Don't be such a stranger. Love hanging out with you. And we got Britt Cherie. Quick hello. Welcome back, Britt. Where you been, girl? We missed you.
Yeah, Britt kind of disappeared on us, eh?
It's been kind of quiet the last couple months. I mean, everything's kind of just mellowed and people got a lot of things going down, so I don't blame them a bit. The Take You Down Act was unanimous in the Senate. Okay, is that what it was? Okay, I knew one of them was. I just remember seeing a little blurb like, yeah, it was insane. It says, hi, Brett and Smedley. How you doing? It's about saving the dollar. There are two things that get bipartisan support: war and protecting the buck. Yep, that's about it.
True. Very true.
Reet, you're dying. What's going on, girl? Don't tell me you're sick like Hope Giver is. Did you get her sick? It's all your fault. Why dying? What's going on?
Oh, there we can see with this one. Status narrowly passed the House. Future in the Senate is uncertain. This is the one that had that. In one party was like yes, and the other party was like, nah, we don't want this.
Right, it was like total fight. Okay, I have to duck out, guys. I will be right back. Take over.
I gotcha.
Is that a phone call?
I don't know anything about the phone call, but I'm sure I'll get filled in. So
that is quite the interesting ringtone.
it is. It's crazy. But
what do you have to add on?
Keeping the feds from issuing CBDCs without congressional approval. That way they can't have 10 of them.
True.
It really keeps them exactly to prevent government overreach. And financial data. If the government is issuing a CBDC and we have to, KYC, where's the anonymity of the blockchain?
Serenity's ringtone. That's the
it was Britt. That was Serenity's ringtone. He's waiting on a phone call, and that was it. So you have Alpha Gal now. What's Alpha Gal?
I would also like to know. But I think going back to the anti-CBDC thing, I was reading into this bill too. I think a lot of what they were focusing on is that they don't want entities, paid to be able to just go and be like, okay, yeah, no, so we're releasing the CBDC, but because we have full control of it, if we decide that, oh yeah, no, you need to be able to do this so you can use your funds,
right?
We're not going to allow you to use your funds. And that was one of the main points of the bill actually in the beginning, the summary, I think that's what it's called. The initial section was like, the reason for this bill going into trying to go through is that we don't want the Fed to be able to completely control people's funds and tell them, oh yeah, you can't use it, you can use it, you can't use your funds there, you can't use your funds there, and you can use it here, you can't use it for that, and things like that. That was kind of the major reason for this act.
And that totally makes sense because, then you get into, what was the book series? Left Behind. It's a book series where it's like the end of the world or end of times, Armageddon, that kind of thing, and the one world currency. And you had to have the mark on your arm or you couldn't spend it, kind of a thing. That gets a little too close for my comfort.
That's really
and that gives somebody too much power when they can tell me I can spend my money here, I can't spend it here. Oh hell no, I'm gonna spend it over there.
Exactly, and that's why we have the centralization.
Right, it's way too central.
I think this is also perfect timing because I've heard a lot of rumors of a few banks looking at launching their own blockchain. So it's like the timing of these acts is just impeccable, because now it's like, oh yeah, you want to do this? Well, now this is what you have to do for it to be approved as a blockchain. It's like awesome.
That's
Oh
a
yeah,
good thing.
in the thing is, let me see. Hi, Sai.
Hi, Sai.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. We were
Really
just
good.
talking about the bills that are in the House.
Oh,
The anti-CBDC.
The Genius anti-CBDC and the other one. We were just speaking about the last one though, yeah.
And
yeah, they
Brit, that
passed it.
totally sucks. Allergic to anything mammal derivative. So, ew.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's bad.
So did you say the Senate passed it, Sai, or just the House?
I think the House.
Okay, yeah. It according to this, the status was narrowly passed on the House, but the Senate is uncertain. What
Yeah,
they do? Take the magic 8-ball?
well, especially with members of the GOP threatening to withhold their seat votes if they don't release the Epstein list.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oops. Hi, Sai.
Here we go.
How's it
I'm
going?
back.
Welcome back.
Doing good, I think. I don't know.
We'll find out
Have a
later.
speed bump. We'll talk about it in a bit. So yeah, wasn't there something about Trump just he announced that yes, he ordered them to release the Epstein notes or something? Didn't that happen today?
I'm not sure. I've been out of the loop today.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too.
I thought
I saw
Epstein
something
was a
like
virus.
Kind of.
Epstein Barr is a virus.
It's a
So
mental virus.
Epstein virus. I actually don't even have a clue what that is.
It's a mental virus of pedophilia. So it's a virus.
Sean said yes. Trump did do that. Okay, I thought so, Britt. Yeah, I thought I saw something about that. Good
Didn't
thing our
they just
audience
say
is
that
keeping
it
us in the
doesn't
loop. 'Cause-
exist? Didn't they just say it doesn't exist? That's why Epstein killed himself. I mean, unalived himself. This is YouTube.
Unalived.
I'm alive.
I like that. That's a good politically correct term. I like that. So,
He reversed
Sai, how's your
his
week been, buddy?
corporeal Status.
Sorry, several people were talking at once. Say
Sorry.
Go
again.
ahead.
I said he reversed his corporeal status.
Oh,
I like that. Wow, we're getting deep now.
that's definitely a way to phrase it. That's for sure.
And it just gets weirder. I love it. I love it.
I'm good at
So,
words
Sai-
like that.
Yeah, that's great. Sai, how's your week been, buddy? Haven't talked to you much this week.
Oh yeah, well I've been busy and pretty tired. So I've been hitting the bed early, and I've been either in calls or busy working and getting stuff rolling. A lot of things are coming to a head and getting to the point where stuff is moving. So yeah.
Yeah, I've been seeing movement with that company you're working with, so I can imagine you've been busy, especially this week. I'm not sure if you're allowed to say it or what, but
I love the inside chitter
I'm
chatter
not
because
under NDA, but you are.
Yeah, Alpha cannot know secrets, obviously.
Obviously. But Sai's been working with a company that I've actually met the CEO of here in Cape Town 3 times, I think I met up with him. So Sai's been
Wow.
working very closely with these guys. They launching some stuff here in SA, which is cool. But I think we have to wait until it's publicly out there to actually share it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
check
the fun part is I designed pretty much like the majority of the mechanisms of what is coming out. So it's cool stuff. But anyway,
Nice.
Just waiting for the first ad, then I shake it, and then I can share it because then it's public.
yeah,
Right.
pretty much.
Yeah, don't get yourself in trouble. At least not here. I don't want to be the reason you guys get in trouble. So, yes, we will move on from that. So, Sai, man, glad to have you, buddy. And I wasn't quite sure you were going to make it or not. And either way, glad you did. Anything you
Yeah.
want to add on these 3 bills that got passed?
Like I said, I've been like running like mad. So I mean, I'm aware they passed, the House, and they're heading over to the Senate. It'll be interesting to see which banks jump on trying to pioneer the CBDCs and their own versions of the stablecoins. I know a couple of companies have already talked about it in the past. Amazon, Facebook, or sorry, Meta, whatever.
Yeah.
Close enough.
But yeah,
The
Nice.
rebrand that took the world by storm only to end in failure. Amazing.
And we talked about this during Rags to Riches. We talked about how this cycle was going to be completely different than any cycle we've ever seen before. And so, I mean,
Yeah.
the whole narrative, it's changing. Yep, just like you called it. So we talked about this over, a year and a half ago. And sure enough, it's coming to fruition.
Things
Yeah,
are
they
changing.
once those avenues for like big money. Oh, thanks, Josh. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm actually pretty happy with that one. I've been bopping to it myself, throughout the day, along with two unreleased ones, actually. One called Unwrap Me, and then I remastered 227 AM because I really like that song, but initially I didn't know how to do as much of what I know how to do now, right? So I remastered 227 AM, and I'm really quite happy with it because now it sounds like how I pictured it initially. But
Nice.
But anywho, yeah, BTC. Once those avenues for institutional money to flow into it were going to happen, right? It was just a matter of time, right? Because it's finite, and that's why like you can see that happening way in advance. As soon as they start that inkling of like, hey, we're thinking about filing, an ETF for Bitcoin, and they keep pushing for it, it's just a matter of time.
Yep, exactly. So let me ask you on the BTC. I read an article that a wallet from like the very, very beginning of it just started moving funds around, like $8 billion worth or something. As a BTC, I don't want to say a maxi, but a solid BTC investor, does that make you nervous at all?
No, most likely what happened is OTC desks approached the miner because it was a mining wallet, right? And that was the mining rewards accrual that they had accrued during the early days of Bitcoin. And back when it was worth hardly anything, right?
Yeah.
But it is not uncommon for these OTC desks to aggressively seek out people who have mining wallets like that and try to solicit them by sending them messages on chain to related wallets and things like that to be like, hey, let's work out a deal because it's going to be very difficult for you to move that much of it, right, without tanking the price. But they do a lot of OTC deals with firms like BlackRock so that they can add to their ETF and things like that.
Gotcha.
Also,
So that way, yeah,
It makes
even
a
if
lot
they
more-
wanted to do something, move the funds, it's not going to wreck the charts. And that's kind of that inside connection there.
Yep, pretty
Yeah.
much.
And probably if you try to buy 1 million Bitcoin on like the open charts, you're going to pump that price, and then like you're going to be hitting the end with like the price is going to constantly increase as you buy more. So it's like, just take it OTC, just do an OTC deal. Be like, the price is 127, I'll give you 130 for all of it, because I'm going to save like 3, 5, whatever, however many millions doing it that way. Because like, you try to buy 1 million on the open market, you're probably going to pump it up to like 150, 160k, just like that. So it's like, I'd rather just buy it directly.
The only choice trying to move that much is to do it over a period of time, right? Otherwise, you become the market maker. And anyone who has dealt with little shit coins, right, has experienced that when they go and they sell and they're like, oh, I moved the chart 5%, right? Like, or in many cases more. But
When you use
That's
the
just
term OTC, what do you mean?
over the
Over the
counter.
counter.
Okay, just like meds. Okay, got it. I was thinking off the charts. Um,
Well,
Pretty close.
that's a good way of thinking about it because, doing those over-the-counter trades is like an exchange coming to you and saying, hey, yo, look, you've got 10,000 Bitcoin sitting there in that wallet. I know you're going to struggle to move it. Why don't we buy it from you, right? And they send this to you as a message on chain because you can do that. You can send messages to wallets on chain and they would see the transaction, read the message. They put it in the metadata. So they just work out that deal.
cool.
Makes sense.
There you
That's a
go.
lot of
Off
fun.
the charts. I like that. That's good. See, we got to rename that. Okay, it's official. You heard it here first, folks.
I did have some
Okay.
other interesting things. Actually, I have something that I need to. I'm going to pull it up on. So,
Do it.
there's a new Ethereum documentary coming out, and this is its trailer.
Hey man,
soon as
what do
it
you got
does.
in this briefcase over here?
Crypto cash.
Most of crypto is probably a scam, so I don't blame people for seeing it that way.
You think crypto is worthless because you live in a country where the financial system works.
Then came Ethereum, a platform for decentralized applications, the world computer.
That anybody can trust, everybody can use, and nobody can turn it off or change how it works. No one controls it.
Stablecoins are kind of the first proof that a financial system on the internet is working on a global scale.
The downside of Web 2 is that we've ended up with a relatively small number of incredibly powerful companies.
Why do we have this massive corporation that's sucking up, billions and billions of dollars, ripping off both sides of the equation?
And that you don't have to have all these intermediaries in your life to basically allow people to coordinate and work together, that you used mathematics and code to facilitate that.
In Africa, decentralization is a plan A. It's not a plan B.
What value are governments providing? And how can we provide that same value, but from a unique perspective?
I think that the new generation of young people, they have an unprecedented opportunity to re-engineer our world through crypto.
What? Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
It is cool. That's a celebration of Ethereum turning 10. Ethereum is officially 10 years old this year. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Well, happy birthday, Ethereum.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Ethereum, indeed.
Happy birthday.
It's amazing to think that in 10 years, we've accomplished so much in the decentralized world. We have layer 2s, we have the capabilities of layer 3s, we have Cosmos things, we have all of these sorts of blockchains. Now it's like 10 years ago, this was unthinkable. And you muted, said anything?
Yeah. I was just agreeing with you.
It's cool. It's so pretty
I'm definitely gonna have to check that one out. That'll be interesting. And what's really scary is imagine what it's gonna look like 10 years from now.
Yeah, we think
I
we already here. What comes next?
What comes next? Let us know, man. You got the crystal ball, buddy.
Oh, I can't say. But man, yeah, no, it's the future. And I'm very excited to be, part of on the cusp of it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Technically, all of us have been. We're all here early in the space. It's barely 10 years old. You all remember the internet of 1990, right? Like
I do.
it hit 10 around that point.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, it's crazy. And now we can't live without it. I mean, I remember when it came out, when AOL, when all that happened, the .com, and now I look back like, I remember then they were saying it was just a fad. Like, not even quite. And I tried to tell them then, it's not a fad. This is the way of life. And no, you're just a nerd. Okay, I'll be a nerd.
I'll be a nerd. It's also interesting. Something that they mentioned in this trailer. You say that Ethereum, that cryptocurrency is a scam, that decentralization is a scam, but you live in a country where the financial system is set up properly, where it's technically mature. Try to go to a third world country and see how much of a difference it makes in your life. I live in a third world country. I can tell you that decentralization, it's a huge difference. I can move money so much easier on chain than I can ever do it in your normal bank. I despise the banking system to begin with, but everything is so much easier on chain. I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm sending my things. I know where things are coming from. It just makes so much more sense. Now we look at other countries that's a lot more poorer than where I live. I'm in South Africa, technically the richest part of Africa. Technically, we're not the worst. We're not the best, but we're not the worst in no way. Probably Egypt is better than us, but South Africa is good. But then you look at Central Africa, where things are so much worse, and it's just like Bitcoin makes a big difference there because you can transfer things between different people. Like I know I have a lot of friends that's in Nigeria, for example. The Naira is basically worth nothing. It's a shitcoin on its own. Being able to transfer funds to your friends on a decentralized way just makes so much more sense. Just send them some USDC because it holds value better than the Naira. Over here, there's actually a group called Bitcoin Ekasi here in South Africa. They work specifically only in like the fringes, the worst parts. Like I like to say that I live in the what's the word?
The ghetto.
In the ghetto, but like the ghetto,
They're like all ghetto.
they work in those parts and they pay their people in sats. So people are always only earning in Bitcoin. You like when they pay every Sunday. You can't do that in a banking system, but they pay on a Sunday and they pay in sats. Of course, they convert it kind of like, they'll be like, okay, I know you're going to need like 500 Rand to go through the week. So we'll give you 500 Rand worth of sats for your work or whatever. Those sorts of things, they'll convert it basically between sats and ZAR. And what's even crazy is because Bitcoin has pumped so much, now they're paying out less sats, but at the same time, people are technically getting more value out of it because if they've been accumulating it, their value just went up. And what makes it even better is that a lot of the shops accept Bitcoin. A lot of the shops, they accept it. And the craziest thing is that they have a way where you can do it on the ancient phone. You don't need a phone like what we have now, our smartphones. You can use those phones with the buttons and they can pay with sats like that. You can use a modern phone and just scan a QR code. I'm just like, it's amazing.
Yeah, I love it. I sent Serenity like $1,200 in less than 5 minutes from my crypto wallet to his bank account. I mean, we just totally bop right on through. Just here you go. It was freaking amazing.
It is amazing.
Versus having to go to the bank, do all that. No.
Especially when 6 months ago it wasn't worth $1,200.
Right.
That was even better.
In February, it was like 400 or less.
Decentralization has really changed a lot.
It has
pushed the world in a place that's going to be very interesting over time. It's already gotten interesting, and it's just going to keep getting more and more interesting. It's interesting because we don't know where it's going to get, but we know something's going to happen, and it's going to be cool nonetheless.
Oh yeah. It is a world movement, and that's one reason why I started Down Home Crypto and quit cutting wires and came in here, because I want to be on the cusp. Like Si was talking, I want to be on that front edge. I want to be teaching people and educating, letting them know, hey, you're not too late. Even right now, you're not too late. Yes, Bitcoin's set a new all-time high. It's like, please understand, there's a lot more forward than there is behind us. So you're still way, way early.
I mean, just looking at that, right? People's always going to be like, oh yeah, Bitcoin's going to dump, but what's it most likely to dump to 100K? 100K is so much better than it was last year. It didn't even reach 100K last year. Like, I don't understand the problem. It's not going to dump to $1.
Right. It's the education, what we're used to. People are used to just working, getting paid, and then dying. And that's it. They're not taught or even looking for a good life-changing income down the road. They don't teach it. They don't know anything about it.
People got to learn.
That's what we're here for. We're here to teach. We're here to learn and guide them on their journey.
As long as they don't learn XRP, that's all. That's all I beg of people. Just don't learn XRP. Don't do it. It's not worth it.
XRP, huh?
I dislike XRP very much.
That's funny because what Wild Angel was talking about was XRP.
It did a 3x. I had like a 3x, 2x. Well, it went from like 400 to over 1,200 since February. and I
That's
put
nice.
nothing else in it.
That's
I
awesome.
just ignored it. I'm really good at ignoring my wallets.
Oh yeah, she is.
That's why he gives them to me. He gives me stuff to hold on to, or I put money in and I just forget it. But it was there when I needed it.
And the biggest lesson is you're going to have people who love XRP, who love Bitcoin, who say that one's good, that one's bad. The biggest thing, guys, no matter who you are, no matter where you're at, do your own research. Don't listen to me or that guy or her or anybody else. Do your own research and see what fits you. And then from there, ask questions. We'll share the knowledge we have. We'll try to keep our biases out of them, but sometimes that's going to filter through. Big trick is you have to decide what's right for you. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, you really
Yep,
do.
they are our diehards.
Yep.
And maxes don't make sense.
Nope. And thank you, Josh. Appreciate you too, buddy, just being here and being part of this amazing community. And so that's why we're going to do the giveaway here in just a little bit because, we're getting close to that time. But of course, we haven't even touched on our topic tonight. And it kind of goes with the whole thing that we're talking about is, we're going through these hard trials. And you have to ask yourself, is there a light at the end of the tunnel? Because sometimes we seem like we're always fighting uphill and it's like we're never getting anywhere. Other times it seems like the planet's just a line and things that maybe you thought about 20 or 30 years ago suddenly gets dropped in your lap and you have this amazing opportunity. Why is that? Is that destiny or is that your reward for all the scars and the battles that you fought to get to that point? What do you guys think? Everybody talking once.
I was waiting to see. I thought I heard Cyril take a deep breath like he was going to start talking. I think it's a bit of both. I think the universe can reward us for doing the next right indicated thing and following that path and being good people and what goes around comes around. And then again, I also think there is some destiny in there. Do we make our own destiny? Probably in some things. But I really think when we get an opportunity or are able to take part in an opportunity and we start looking back and saying, well, because of this happening, here's the dominoes that line up. And the dominoes all just tipped over in the right. We've all had dominoes, lined them up, and one goes some weird direction and derails everything. You've got this whole path, and the dominoes don't fall right. But then there's those times when you, like you see on these videos, that they do whole pictures, the dominoes fall just right. It's amazing when it happens. That's my 2 cents.
I like it. And by the way, this topic was presented by Wild Angel herself. That's why we have tonight's topic. It's from a real life event. So I'm really kind of curious, Sai. Now, you are the science man himself. So I'm really curious your input on this one.
Well, when we're born, right, we have essentially 360 degrees of potential, right? We could set off down a path, depending on our circumstances that lead us to become something based off of our series of choices, right? There's a lot of instinct that is built into us, right? We have that 14 generations worth of epigenetic instinct information that's built into our RNA, right? So when we're presented with a choice, our instinct is going to be to repeat whatever our ancestors before us did. So if you're not thrilled with whatever your ancestors did necessarily, right, then make sure you're not acting on instinct and rein in that impulsivity, right? And then stop and think, because as you age, that 360 degree of potential that's available to you starts to kind of narrow down, right? Because there's only so many turns that you can take to lead you to a different I see you two both fighting for clicking on the comments up there.
We were. I would have
Yeah, I say 360 just kind of as an analogy, right? Because ultimately, from point of birth, depending on your circumstances, there is a whole plethora of choices available to you, that you can choose to take. Like, do you want to become an aircraft engineer? Do you want to, and then there's those things that happen to us, usually as a result of someone else's choices. And then there's the things that happen to us that are a result of our choices. But a lot of our impact and our thoughts and our perceptions that are wired into us are the result of other people, right? So you got to stop and think, what is important to me, and what potential do I want to seize for my own and work towards? Because you're going to go somewhere. It's up to you to pick the direction.
Serenity likes to say, if you don't like the direction you're going, turn left.
Yeah.
Nothing says you have to stay on the path you're on at any point in time. I don't care if it's love or job, relationship, where you live, what you do, any of that. You can always change it. You have the only power you really have in this world, my belief, is the only power you have is the power of choice. You can't always control how you feel. You can't always control what hair color you have or what you look like. You can absolutely choose what you want to do or how you want to do. Now, of course, everybody has that power, which means they can choose to react to your choices. And that can sometimes lead to conflict, but hey, that's what you've got, is the power of choice.
So we do kind of create our own destiny. In a way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's some things that are just, no matter what, we were watching Star Trek last night, and no matter what alternate universe, if Pike tried to avoid his destiny, it killed Spock. I mean, there are some things that are just going to happen. But, if we can change how we get there, we can always turn left.
Right. And all we can do is choose the best answer at that moment in time. We can't look towards tomorrow or yesterday. We're in the moment. Make your choice in the moment based on what you know, what you feel, and what you believe. And down the road, you're going to find out sometimes that, man, I screwed up. That was a bad call. I've done it frequently. Still do. And I plan to do many more. Because that means I'm at least taking the risk. I'm not living in a comfort zone where I'm just existing and not living. And unfortunately, when you live, you risk making mistakes.
Living is messy.
Oh, I thought it was just me.
It's just messy. I mean, between mistakes and relationships and other people interpreting what you did wrong differently, it's just messy.
So I'm curious, if there was something you could go back and change, pick one event or something. If you were to go back and change it, do you think you would still have the life that you have today? Would it be better? Would it be worse? Or does anybody else think about that kind of stuff besides me?
It would be different.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, who's to say what's better or worse, right? If you stop and you look back at yourself 10 years ago, don't you think that 10 years ago you would be really freaking proud of wherever you are now, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Especially given whatever you've been through during that time. So keep the perspective, right? Like, just if you change something, it would be different, but you're a result of your choices, and your life is a result of your choices, and that kind of shapes who you are, right? It shows your values, your morals, your intention, and what you want out of life.
I can actually even go farther back than that. My dad was born on a Hutterite colony. They're very similar to the Amish. They're like a cousin to the Amish in Montana. They're German. They do electricity and things like that. However, he was a twin and born on a Hutterite colony. At that time, in that culture, it was a bad omen to have twins. So the boys were adopted off the colony and separated. If my dad had not been a twin and had stayed on the colony, what would my life be like? would I even exist?
Right.
Because he wouldn't have met my mom, because he would have married somebody from that colony or a neighboring colony. And so, yeah, I think about that because holy cow, I don't like their clothes. I've seen them. I've been on their colonies when I was in Montana. And yeah, no.
Exactly. And Alpha, I muted you because the dogs are going nuts, man. So just unmute when you're trying to talk. And I didn't realize it at Wild Angel. And I got to tell you, the first time you said Hooterite Colony, all I could think was Hooters. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, okay, this just got weird.
No, they're cousins to the Amish, very much like Mennonites.
Okay.
They wear their hair covered a lot. They've got very stylized clothing. They do like the Amish do to their teenagers. They get a year off the colony. There's colonies right outside of Great Falls. They have some phenomenal baked goods, and their cheese and everything is great. They make it all. So,
cool.
Yeah.
It's interesting. And, you know, I especially right now in life, the things we can't control, because those are going to happen. And in fact, one of those things happened exactly 1 year ago today. Monday, 1 year ago as a Monday. And that's why Crow is not here today. And some of you might be asking, hey, where's Crow? He is actually out at the lake celebrating the passing of his brother, who one day on a construction site, somebody was backing up a rig and accidentally crushed him between a tree and killed his brother. That happened 1 year ago on my birthday. That's not even more depressing across the board. They're out at the lake celebrating the life with his brother, with his family and things like that, in the things he loved. But, you know, some things in this life we can't control, and those are the hardest to deal with. The things we can control are frustrating across the board. So I often wonder, you know, are the things when they go right, when those dominoes fall in a row, is that the universe saying, hey, you put in enough pain and scars, you've worked your ass off, you deserve this? Then other times I wonder, why do people who have done all that do not get that domino effect? You know, is there something else there? Maybe are they on the wrong path? And that's why the dominoes don't fall in, because they're not on the path that the universe thinks they should be. I mean, it starts getting very messy and complicated. What do you guys think? Does universe reward you for being on the path it thinks you should be on? Or is it just you've created your own luck and made it that way?
That's a good question.
It's a really good question.
So, I don't know. Well, if you stop and think about it, you know, we're a slice of a wave, right? And that's our unique us, right? So the wave is going to go how the wave is going to go. You can make choices along the way, you know, that determine, you know, how high up you're going to ride it, or maybe how low you're going to ride it, you know, but the wave is going to go how the wave is going to go.
That's a really good way to put it.
So
that is.
I like that image.
And you're going to float higher on that wave if you lighten your load, right? So drop the bullshit.
Exactly.
And float.
Right. Stop the facade. Drop all the dead weight. And, you know, that's one thing I had to learn through recovery. One of the biggest things they talk about in life, whenever we were carrying a backpack, and every time we make a mistake, we do something wrong, we pick up a rock and we drop that boulder in our backpack. And if we continually just collect those rocks, we just beat ourselves up through life. Eventually, we have to learn to forgive ourselves and take accountability. Say, pull out that rock, say, dude, I screwed up. I am so sorry. I'm going to put this rock down. I'm done saying I'm sorry. I said it right. And I'm going to move forward. And that's one thing I had to learn through recovery, because I was carrying so much weight. And like you're talking on a wave, you try and surf with a backpack full of rocks, man, you're going to the bottom. You're screwed.
I like Smedley's comment. He wants to get it right so he doesn't get sent back. Yeah, that's like repeating third grade over and over and over because you can't get your multiple pieces right.
I got to stop eating the color crayons. Maybe they'll stop sending me back. I don't know.
Well, part of the way that you get it right is you realize that everyone around you is just a different slice of the same wave, right? So it's all you, and just be good to anybody that you can, everything that you can, take less than you give, and lead a good life, right? Do what makes you happy. And that's how you do it.
I agree. And, I'm a firm believer in karma, like you're saying, Syed. I've always found the more I give and the more I put myself out there and try to help, not worrying about how, okay, I'll do this for you. Don't worry about paying me, or whether it's mowing your neighbor's lawn or just whatever you do. If you don't expect something in return, the universe seems to reward you for that. I don't know. Is that just me, or have you guys had those kind of experiences as well?
I've also had it flipped around where no good deed goes unpunished.
Well, it's important to make sure that we are doing good where good can be received, right?
Exactly.
Like Project Deck Depression.
Right. It'll brighten someone's day. That's why we do what we do with that. And it's great, right? Because we've gotten to know like a lot of the local shops on a personal basis, and we've gotten to meet a lot of people and hear their stories and things like that. And it's really great, and it's good for connecting. And I think more connection is what all of us need in this stage where everyone has gone digital.
Exactly.
I have some really cool new ducks coming when they get here. I'll have to show you one. They're really cute.
I can't wait.
Keep my
to see
ducks
them.
always handy.
That's cute.
Was that
The uniduck. Check him out. Yeah, unicorn duck.
Very cute.
That's awesome.
I keep ducks all around here. I got them on my shelves. I got them on my mic. I got them everywhere because, believe it or not, this little guy makes me smile every single day. Pick him up when things are stressed, and I was like, just fun.
That one came from Sealy, huh?
I think so. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's when we went and met Ashley and Celia and all them. And yes, stays right here with me all the time.
And they're doing good, by the way. It's just been a lot of life. So.
Oh.
That's good.
Life happens. Gets busy.
Yeah. Hi, come on, Joey.
Oh, there's the cat.
Yes, there's the cat. So I'm curious, Alpha. So, of course, we're all American up here. We've probably had a different upbringing in our, society, the beliefs and stuff. As far as in South Africa, how do you guys reflect on things of universal forces or karma or things like that? How does yours vary, or does it?
I don't think it really varies. Suppose most of it, generally people always be like, oh yeah, no, do good and God will reward you, but that kind of boils down to the same thing. It's like, is the universe rewarding you? Are you rewarding yourself? Or is it destiny? There's a lot of religious talk. I don't particularly like it. I'm not particularly a fan of those sorts of conversations because I always end up arguing.
Fair enough.
I'm just saying, if you're going to come to me and tell me, oh yeah, this is happening because I'm going to be like, but who said that? Where'd you get that information? How did you determine that? Oh, but what about this? And people don't like that. Religious people don't like that. They really don't. So it's like, I don't know, most of what you have here is religious talk. A lot of people are always going to be religious and things like that, especially since South Africa has a lot of Islamic and Christian people, and like next door, same houses and things like that. There's a lot of religious people. They always, well, I suppose they're not religious. They're just like, oh yeah, no, I'm Christian. Like, I don't care. I really don't care. You can keep that goody two shoes nonsense to yourself. Thank you. But I suppose I have my perception is that as you do things, it's like kind of like you do different things and eventually it all comes to a certain conclusion. Doesn't matter, it's like certain things are going to eventually have that butterfly effect and result in something at some point. It doesn't matter what you do now. You're going to do something and there's going to be a conclusion at the end because that butterfly effect is going to happen. You might not know what the conclusion will be. You might do something good today, not even realizing that it was a good deed. And then like a year later, you get something, you're like, wow, where'd this come from? This came out of nowhere. It's like, maybe that was the universe rewarding you, or maybe it was just that because you needed that thing at the time, and it just, the universe was like, you know what, you need a break. Here you go, take it. Take that break. Here's your little bit of, you've had a rough time, you did something nice, and here you go. Your butterfly effect finally landed for you. So take your reward, chill a little, and then go back into doing what you need to do.
I like it. And yeah, honestly, that's one reason why I've really tried to stay away from politics and religion on Freaky Friday or Down Home Crypto, all those, because it really doesn't matter what you believe. Your belief is yours. I respect your choice for you, not for me. And I don't want anybody to press their beliefs on me or mine on them. I think that's definitely wrong. I think everybody should go their own direction. But I agree with you. I think the butterfly effect is a huge one. So I'm really curious, when you do a good deed, when you do something like that, I know when I was younger as a child, I expected there would be a reward. Anytime I did something good, I should get something for it. But I've noticed as I've gotten older, I don't care about the reward. In fact, I really don't want the reward. I almost feel bad sometimes. I don't know what to say. It's like, thank you. I don't know what to say when that happens. And it's actually becoming more uncomfortable to receive gifts of that nature. Do you guys run into that, or is that just me?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I think once you realize that the good that you put out does benefit you because everyone is part of the same consciousness, right? They're that slice of it. So ultimately, you are helping yourself.
Exactly. So in a way, you're kind of being self-serving. You're almost being selfish by helping others because it helps you in the end.
Well, it helps for growth, right? Because the perception, like I'm sure many of us can think back to a moment where someone in our lives, or maybe even someone we didn't necessarily know personally, stepped up out of the blue and did or gave something to us that really made an impact and a difference, whether it was advice, financial assistance with something, or, even just coming over and making food for you because you broke your leg or something, whatever it was.
Yeah. It's those random acts of kindness that can make a huge difference. A couple years ago, Serenity and I were out doing some stocking stuffer shopping. And it was Christmas, so money was starting to get a little tight. I walked out. There was an envelope on my window. Somebody had just randomly taken an envelope, wrote Merry Christmas on it, stuck a $20 bill in it, and stuck it on my car.
That's cute.
I was like,
so cute.
Wow. I mean,
awesome.
it's those little random acts.
Mm-hmm.
Every now and then when I'm at the grocery store, if somebody's behind me and, they only have a few things or something like that, while I'm bagging up mine and the checker's checking the next person out, I'll sneak up behind him and run my card.
Oh,
I mean, as long as it's something I know that I'm not going to put myself in a huge bind for, but if I've got extra, just even that little random act of kindness, maybe they pay it on forward. And 2 or 3 people down the line, it's that mom who is struggling and needs a pack of diapers, a can of formula, a gallon of milk. But maybe this person that I helped started a chain. This person I just randomly did something for started a chain that helps her in the long run.
I mean, definitely going to be something the person remembers. So the butterfly effect is eventually going to get somewhere, and it's going to be, whoa.
Help that person who's desperate. I mean, it's kind of cool.
It's almost like a superpower.
Yeah.
Thanks, Trey. Good to have you, buddy. And that's one of the hardest things in life is we get so wrapped up in our own tragedies, our own issues of what's going on, or whether it's struggling for money or just trying to stay positive, whatever. And it gets hard. But at the same time, I find personally that I am more positive and uplifted the more I give. It's like a bottomless cup. The more happiness, joy, love that I share with the world, the more I feel. And it's really kind of a weird effect. It's that butterfly effect, but like the wave that comes back full circle. It's kind of hard to express all that. And I think there are times when the universe, or whatever it is, whatever you put out eventually gets returned to you. And maybe that's what's stacking those dominoes in a row. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Maybe it's kind of like every time you do something good and not for any sort of like reason, like, oh, I'm going to do this because I want something in return. It's like it kind of builds on good karma in essence, kind of like good something, like kind of like a good order, whatever, on you. And then eventually when you do need that thing, or you need something, you're really down in your straits, and then that good energy is just like, okay, time to deplete ourselves so that something good can happen. And I think the key is kind of that, like, you're doing it not for any reason, but because it helps your spirit. It makes your spirit feel good. It makes your soul, just you as a person, feel better. And that kind of brings along that good energy, because I think Sai's mentioned this before. Energy is a very big part of the universe. It's energy. At the end of the day, it is energy. So, adding that good energy to yourself unknowingly, in essence, is kind of the key.
Well, it's like I said earlier, the wave is going to go how the wave's going to go, but the lighter your load, the higher you're going to ride that wave, right?
Mhm.
So the better you're going to feel, the more positive things will move, because the less negative attachments you have holding you back. Because remember, we're meant to have a linear experience as we move through time, or more accurately, as time moves through us. But anywho, so we're meant to have that experience. But if you're making choices and decisions that are based off of things that have happened to you in the past, right, you're really gonna stunt yourself. You get stuck in these mental loops where you just keep making these same decisions over and over and over again, and you stop your growth. And that's where your soul starts to kind of wither away, and you wind up lost in a dead routine, and your life just kind of passes by in a blink.
Yeah, exactly. And I've experienced that, and I've gone so far to try to break that as getting addicted and thinking, oh, well, this is so much better. Oh God, no, it just made it so much worse. And
But what
it's
we
tough.
learned in recovery has put us.
Oh no! I know that look.
Wow.
Look.
That was the
Yeah,
cat.
that was the cat. Yeah.
The kitty missed. Missed
I
my
know that
last.
look very well.
Oh, got the leg.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
3 paws worth in one thigh.
Yeah. That I
See
saw that.
if you're paying attention.
But we were able to take that mentality and learn and grow so much in recovery that we don't need that addiction anymore. Yes, we are still addicts. We still have that potential every day. But we, at this point, don't have anything left to learn from a relapse.
No.
So, hey, we're good with that.
Absolutely. And, that thing is, I know there's a few people out there right now that either are unemployed or maybe having problems with housing or things like that. Tragedies in life are going to occur. There's going to be those things, but there's always a lesson to be learned in them, no matter how dark or how tragic it is. And sometimes that lesson is just that you're strong enough to survive it, and be proud of that, because that is something to be damn proud of. If you can pick yourself up and dig out of the trenches, man, that's huge. A lot of people don't have that courage, that strength inside. So if you're just, suffering through or persevering or trying to get to the next step, if you make that next step or just not falling down, sometimes not losing is winning. Just like in trading, there's some trades that if you don't lose, that's a win. Be happy. Life's the same way. So, and I really like what Josh said here. Says just saying hello to some random person could be the catalyst to bring them out of a depression or something even worse. Absolutely. Holding a door, saying hello, telling the cashier, hey, have a great weekend. Or anything. Random acts of kindness really have a huge effect in this world. And it always comes back.
And I used to do one for every birthday. Like each year I was old at minimum. That was my goal each year, to do at least one more extra random act of kindness. So each year, like when I was in my 40s, I do 40 plus acts of kindness during the year. I'm struggling trying to do one a week with some of the bigger ones, but even if it's just little ones like leaving ducks around, duck bombing the office, it's little, yeah.
That's like office life very interesting.
You know, making sure to, like I said, be the positive in someone's day. I had a guy who was happy and friendly and approached him. He was in a neck brace and walking really stiff and everything. He'd broken his neck and was going through like rehab and everything, but he was in a serious depression. And I was chatting with him. He actually came back to me and told me that I was the only person that had been nice to him that day.
Damn.
I was
Good for
like,
you.
holy crap. It was my first week at Lowe's.
So you're new and already scared and confused.
I was new and I was pretending to be outgoing and faked it really well, apparently. But yeah, no, it was one of those that was crazy.
That's awesome. And that's what we need to do. We need to do more random acts of kindness. And, you know, that kind of leads to the last thing we have on our agenda tonight. Unless somebody has something else you want to throw in before I start getting ready to wrap this up?
Nope.
No. Okay. So one thing I always like to do giveaways. I don't have much, but when I do get something, I want to help support everybody who's here and helps everybody else. And so we did a Zeely contest. Now, if you've been paying attention, then you probably know that all of those Zeely challenges were to support the people that I think need supported, the ones I believe in, like Project Duck Depression, like Sonic Siren Studio, who puts out amazing music that always moves the soul, like Karma Farm Sanctuary is a great place trying to give these abused animals forever homes. And that's what the Zeely contest was all about. Now, if you did participate, and if you did any of these challenges, as you know, they were worth experience. Now, for every 100 experience, you would get an entry into the wheel here. Now, we're going to be giving away a Neo Miner, and I will go get that right now so I can show you. So, Alpha, can't finish giving the breakdown.
Yeah. So as Serenity was saying, every 100 experience, if you had 200 experience, that's 2 entries. So your name is twice on that list over there. And that list right there is like everyone that participated and how many entries they had. I think it's a brand new Neo Miner still in its box. So and Serenity will directly ship it. Yep. See, still sealed. So Serenity is going to ship it out to whoever wins.
Exactly.
Ooh.
And yes, never been opened, never been onboarded. Now, I can tell you that these guys are earning $1 plus per day right now. And unlike the MatchX miner that I did the video on for you guys, I had to put in like $80 worth of XMXC tokens to get that earning. This guy, I put in like $3. That's it. And it's still earning more than my MatchX miners are. So the Neo Miner's absolutely awesome. Now, on top of that, I'm going to pay for the shipping. Anywhere in the world, whoever wins it, all you're going to have to do is shoot me a DM, prove that you're you. Take a picture of your account, some way to prove that, and then I'll have to get your shipping address, your actual name, your phone number, and your email. That way I can make it through customs or whatever we have to do, but we'll work that out. But here's the scary part, and I wanted to bring this up real quick because I was really surprised. Giving this away and really trying to promote this as best I could for the right reasons, and this is where I was really, really shocked. Here's the leaderboard, guys. Oh, wait, I have a picture. Makes it even better. There we go.
Make it bigger.
There were only 7 entries. Only 7 people performed these tasks. And only 3 of them really kind of went in hard. I was really surprised.
Went real hard. That's like, what, 33 entries? Yeah. Whoa.
JT Magic and Cadillacs, man, those 2, they were on it. They were on everything. We put out X-Post. We promoted songs, we promoted ducks, we promoted everything we could to try to get the good word out of the good people we love. So thank you for everybody who did go in on this. And for anybody who didn't, guys, I don't know why. I made it as easy as I possibly could. So I hope when we do the next giveaway. Do what I'm sorry?
Those were crazy good odds.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And
every 100 experience.
I think we even added a few more like easy quests just to be like, okay,
Right.
yeah, you can earn another 200 experience. Here's another 300 experience. Basically, just like we were just adding quests because we were like, okay, we can add this one because we can. Here's another one. Here's another. Go like this video. Cool.
Right. And it was easy. Join the Discord, which you're probably already part of. Like Project Duck Depression. Listen to Sonic Siren's latest song. Watch Alpha's latest video. It was a short. Watch the Match X video. Well, leave a comment. Join us on Freaky Friday. Have some fun with us. Share it on X. Let other people know so they can come and be a part of the party. And then listen to the new song by Stars and Scars from Sonic Sirens, which we premiered last week, which is awesome. Thank you again for that, Si.
Yeah.
Spread the word on X, which was about this winning this contest. It wasn't like, hey, make sure to give us a donation, nothing like that. It's literally, this is all to help the people in the community. And like BTK, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, BTK.
Good to see you, my man. So I took out of all those entries. So let's go back to that leaderboard and wait, bring that slide back up. So yes, for every 100 XP you name got entered on the wheel. So like JT Magic, he has 33 of his names on that wheel. Catalyst has 30 of them. Catman has 16. Yeah. Looter has 5. Alpha Cruz only has 2. He was testing it. Smiley Girl has 2. And Ekpanidum has 1. So, and I'm sorry if I screwed your name up there. So that is what our wheel looks like right here. And that's why you'll see like JT Magic's all across there. But everybody is on this list. So we look at our entries.
Whoa.
There's all the names. So to make this fair, we're going to shuffle this multiple times. So I'm going to keep clicking shuffle until Si, you tell me to stop, buddy.
Okay. Da 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 da.
Dun, dun, dun.
Da, da, da,
Just make him tick all night.
Stop.
Okay. All right. Are we ready?
Spin that wheel.
Come on.
3.
Spin that wheel. Let's do it.
No countdown.
Here we go.
Why you
Straight into it. Let's go. He's excited. He wants to send someone.
I am. Who do I get to send this to? Here we go. And the winner is...
If only I had the drum roll.
Who's the red one?
Who's the red one? Wait.
Catman won. Woohoo! Congrats, Catman won.
Right.
Hey, the cat's even saying hi and congrats.
Even Joe's excited about it.
I think the
There you
cat
go.
influenced the winning day.
I think so. I think the kitty definitely had something to do with that, didn't you, Joey?
He had to have, 'cause he was, when you hit the start, he was like right at my knee nudging me. Like he wanted up, and I decided to help this time. So.
Well, congratulations, Catman.
Congratulations.
And yeah, shoot me a DM in Discord, and I will verify that you are really you. You're going to have to send me some proof, so we'll work that out. And Catman, if you don't claim it, then hey, we'll be shipping it to, we'll do this again next week until we do get to give it away. And we are going to have more giveaways moving forward, but they're always going to be something to support the community. They're never going to be just for one main purpose. If that makes any sense at all. Did that make any sense?
It's not going to be
Yeah.
just
Self-serving.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will never be self-serving because like education, it should be free. And if we can get something to share with the community, we absolutely will.
Well, if that's the Catman that I think it is, then they've been mining cryptocurrency since 2009, so they'll definitely know how to put that to a good use.
Right on. Well, I hope so. And if not, reach out to me. I'm happy to share any tricks and tips. And we've got a whole channel just on Moonchain mining. And there's a lot of great people in there, a lot of great information. And Smith says, now I'm hypnotized. One eye has got 45 degree up to the left.
After watching the wheel.
Uh-huh. So there we go, guys. Congratulations, Catman. And I want to say thank you to everybody who joined us tonight. Now, the reason all of this came about, this topic tonight, is because I will be leaving on a road trip tomorrow with Wild Angel. Because, for some strange reason, I've been riding motorcycles since I was like 6 or 7. First street bike was the same one out of Top Gun, the GPZ 900. At that point in time, I had my eye on the dream bike. And for my entire adult life, I've always wanted one certain bike. And that is the GPZ, or the ZX 1100D from 1993. Well, I was lucky enough.
For 9 years running.
Yeah.
Damn, that's sexy.
We were lucky enough to win an auction for this at a steal of a price, and Wild Angel had things in the works, and so it's an early birthday present. Tomorrow we will be driving to Vancouver, Washington, about 8 hours away, and I will be riding her home.
Ooh.
Oh.
Well, enjoy, sir.
Serenity's birthday is Monday.
So it's very early birthday present.
So this is a lifelong dream that happened because a whole bunch of other dominoes were in play. And
it's very nice.
I'm so excited I get to be a part of that.
You're more than a part of it.
Right home. That's a certain.
Part of why I am going, just as backup, because a bike we don't know, it's roads we don't know. And so,
right.
yeah, I've taken him over. I'm going to drive back with, or follow him back. And just as a precaution, because the unknown shit happens. So we don't want life to happen. So,
right. So, yes, that was the topic and what came about, because all these dominoes fell into place. And, you know, I got to say, without support of everybody here, without support of Wild Angel, and just all the love and support and everything that's come about, I don't think these dominoes would be in place. But then again, the question is, are these dominoes that I've set up over the last several years? You know, kind of leads to a lot of questions, a lot of philosophical debate. But I want to say thank you either way, just for being a part of this amazing community, because this is the place I want to be, and I love being here with you guys every Friday night.
Well, I always enjoy when I'm able to hop up here with you guys, you know, and enjoy hanging out with everyone in the community. So it's Catman is in the Discord now. I pinged him and I said, you know, if he's the Catman 1 from Sealy, I think you just won. And he's like, yes, I am. So he probably just popped on here to say hi. So we'll see.
Perfect.
Might see him shortly, but anywho.
Awesome. Well, everybody, I want to say thank you. Have a great weekend. Be safe, and I promise I will be safe, and I'll catch you guys next Friday.
Yep.
Have fun, and happy birthday.
Thank you, buddy.
Bye.
I appreciate it. Love y'all. Catch you next Friday.
Great
Bye,
weekend.
guys.
See ya.
When I question the truth like I did in my youth, they tell me to be quiet. But if I stand my ground, it's often I found power will turn violent. The wrongs that they hide and the rules they applied were meant to keep us down. They created the lines and all the confines that let them keep the crown. They say I've gone mad, but I'd be so glad if they started making sense. They say I've gone crazy, it's so unclear and hazy, and they judge at my expense. The screen fills my head with notions of dread, and I watch in rapt confusion. So I'll grit my teeth and see what's beneath as I peer through this illusion. How do I stay sane in a world with no brain, reacting to what it sees? But you know it begins recognizing our sins to improve on who we've been. Take my hand and you'll see there's a you within me. We're just wrapped in different skin.